like a bulk or almost the majority. Well, I wouldn't say the majority, but like at least just as much profits come from the retargeting ads. I mean, once you're running a lot of traffic, you're going to get a lot of people that added to cart or came to the website, and for whatever reason they, they didn't finish ordering. It's not because they didn't want to necessarily, but a lot of people are on their phones. There's so many multiple touch points now, that you want to retarget. And what retargeting is basically following around the people. Just for those of you that might not know, it's retargeting is when you stalk the people with your advertisements basically. But you have a code that you put on your website, the Facebook pixel, and so it's tracking these people that have come to your website, have taken certain, or they call them events, basically, like added to cart or just viewed the website, or made the purchase, and that's all trackable. So what you want to do is, for everyone that didn't purchase, you want to retarget them, and you'll get a lot of people will come back and purchase, and your purchase, your cost per purchase on those retargeting ads are way cheaper, because it takes a lot of people multiple times to see something to finish, complete the purchase, right? Michael, am I screen sharing now, or?
Yeah, let me make you the presenter, and then you can share your screen when you're ready. I think you're good to go now.
Did you want me to basically go through the basics of setting up the retargeting, or what do you
Yeah,
think?
absolutely. Yeah, that would be great. And then you can maybe talk, how that kind of ties into, if, set, custom audiences, and if people, I don't know if you're doing a lot of that, obviously, when you have a campaign going. I know you talked a little bit about it last time you were on, just about setting up your audiences, but if you just want to go through a couple of those points and just kind of show everyone how you kind of do it, that would be great.
Okay, I'm in Greg's T-Rex account. So basically, whatever you're running, whether it be, for example, the grandma shirt, right? Any grandma shirt, Nana, whatever type of product you're running. Basically, you're gonna start your ads, set up your ads, run. What I like to do is, I won't set up audiences until I know something's working. I like to move fast and not waste time. So I'm not gonna sit there and create all these audiences ahead. I'm gonna basically, select whatever my product is. I'm gonna do the ads. I'm gonna, set up the ads, set up the targeting, the budget, and I'll probably do a couple different ad sets with different targeting. And then usually I start with a page post engagement, or unpublished post, which is a dark post. It's also called. It's just where you set it up in the Power Editor as a post on your fan page, but it doesn't show on your fan page. So those ads are great to start with, because they get more of the engagement that you want. The more comments and likes and stuff that you get, it creates social proof for other people to buy, and also Facebook loves that engagement and gives you cheaper CPM, which is your cost per 1,000 impressions. If that goes down, and your CTRs, your click-through rate is good, you're going to get way cheaper clicks. And obviously that also means, the engagement also means that you have something that's relevant to that audience, and they're more likely to purchase. But not everything is going to be a winner. You could have great engagement, but if it's not making sales, you got to kill it and move on. That's the name of the game. You can't fall in love with any particular design, right? So as soon as I get that winner, it's making sales. If it's at least getting, in the beginning, it's close to breaking even, then I'll let it run longer and try to optimize, and that's when I'll start creating. Once I figure that it's doing good, it's either break even or profitable. After a few days and I decide to scale it, that's when I'll start creating my audiences. So I'll go. I already have the pixel installed, so I'll go to audiences. And what you're going to do is create your audiences first. And there's different ways, and that's what's great about the audiences too, is that you can actually use what's going to basically be the same audience, but when you're creating the lookalikes off of them, it gives you more ways to create lookalikes. Once you've had like 100 purchases on something, to scale, you want to create a lookalike off those 100 buyers, right? So it's going to create the 1% is like 2,100,000 people that are basically exactly like your buyers. But you don't have to necessarily like use just the buyers. You can use the add to carts. You can use just the traffic. For example, I just recently found a winning product that I scaled up really fast in the past couple days, and really big. And basically, I created a lookalike off just the traffic, and it's working just as well. So you don't. I mean, obviously, you would think that your buyers' lookalike audiences are gonna work better, but it's not always the case. As everything is so. I mean, with Facebook, you can't really. There's only so many things you can like kind of rely on. It's like, I mean, you can't even really rely on ad set to ad set. You know, you can run. I'll run 10 ad sets exactly the same to the same audience, everything the same, and of those 10. 3 will just crush it, and all the rest I have to just basically kill, right? I don't know why. No one knows why, but it's like it's kind of this gold vein theory where you'll just get those ones that just tap into the vein of buyers, and once they do, it's like it just runs good, and then some just don't find those buyers fast enough, and they just run bad. So you got to just kill them, you know. And they also have their up and down days. I mean, they go, you know, one day it's killing it, next day no, following day it's killing it again. So it's kind of weird how that is, but that's just part of the game, right? So as far as creating once I, you know, off the custom audiences, I could upload. You could upload, you know, data you already have, like
Hey Eric.
What's up?
Hey, are you able to zoom in at all a little bit on your screen? I don't know if that'll work or not with the screen.
What do you?
Just a couple people said that the screen looks kind of small. I mean, for me, I can see it okay, but I'm not sure if it's. Are you able to like hold? You know, how you normally
because I got the newest iMac Retina, but it's like so big that I think I have it. Where do I guess I could do the resolution bigger.
I don't know, maybe yeah, that might work.
Where is it's on display, right?
I believe so.
No.
Resolution, it says default. Oh, okay.
Desktop? No. I don't even know where to change my resolution.
As we're getting, let's see.
Someone have a Mac, know how to change their resolution. Tell us.
Looks
Are you getting anybody that knows?
Yeah, so looks fine. I have a 20 cent. Somebody said it looked okay. They can open it up. David says you can, if you're having trouble, you can open. They can open up their own browser to the larger size. Joanna said, no, tell him to go to the left where the 3 dots are. Then he can increase the percentage. I don't know where that's at.
3 dots on what?
Can you hit Control and like the plus button and see if that will zoom in? Command or Control.
Command plus. Oh yeah, there you go.
Okay, there you go. Okay.
You learn something new every day.
Okay,
right?
Back it out a little bit. Yeah, there you go.
Good. That's got to be big enough.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yep.
Everybody's good. Anyway, so there's different ways you can create your audiences. You can upload like your email list. The website traffic is where I usually use a lot of this, and you use custom combinations. You can do the URL, and I would do like the page equals, so where they want to go, and then you could that would be like your traffic, right? And you could do it in different days. You could do 30, 90, 180, include or not include the past traffic that already went there, because the pixel's always tracking. That's why it's like it's not super necessary to set up your audiences until you know you have a winner. It's like, why waste that time? So I'll come back and I'll add, you know, for one for traffic, I'll call it, you know, whatever the campaign is, traffic, and then plus the days, 30, 90, I'll create different ones. The more audiences you set up, the more the advantage is that you can create more lookalike audiences if you're scaling. If something's working, you want to be able to create, once you burn through the initial targeting, the initial, like, however many 500,000 people is what I usually be around in the initial targeting. Once I burn through that, or those ones that are working, I go to lookalikes, and everyone really does. You go to those lookalikes, and you want to have, if something's working and it's working, it can work for a long time if you just have, you know, enough lookalikes that are working. A lot of time, though, it's crazy but good, is that those lookalikes will work even better than the initial targeting, which is scary. But Facebook knows what, you know, what makes people similar, what, you know. So you can use now the other thing is, off your pixel you can use events. So the event is like what the person does. The page view is they go visit the website. So this is basically be your traffic. Did they start checkout? Did they, you know, initiate checkout? Is, you know, you definitely want to retarget the most is people that, I mean, I'll retarget everybody. I'll retarget the traffic with excluding the buyers. You can exclude too right here, add exclusions. I'll retarget, and I'll set up different retargeting ads. One I'll set up for the traffic that just went there but didn't do anything. Then one will be the people that just added a cart but didn't complete the purchase. One will be the people that initiated checkout but didn't complete the purchase. And then I'll even retarget the buyers with other relevant products. Basically, it's like you're upselling them more stuff, but that can be long term, right? You can target, I mean, those are always great to retarget your buyers with new things that are relevant to what they bought, right? If they're a grandma and they bought, you know, a grandma tee, then retarget them with your new designs, right? So retargeting is like pretty much I think one of the most powerful things you can do with Facebook ads and in general. You can retarget everywhere across the web. That's also how you scale even more outside of Facebook. You use like Google remarketing is what they call it, and you can follow people not just on Facebook, but you can follow them to any website practically that has, you know, Google ads running. And you know, there's other, you can retarget them all the way. Basically, you can retarget everywhere that allows advertising. YouTube, you know, and you can use these other retargeting platforms like AdRoll is one of them. Can't really think of any other ones, but there's tons of platforms. I just use adroll.com, so that's AD. I think it's, let's see, I believe it's that. Yeah, AdRoll works good for e-commerce. It's pretty simplistic too. They'll even it'll set up your ads for you. But yeah, I mean, that's definitely something that you should keep in mind, is not just retargeting on Facebook, but retargeting across everywhere, you know?
Yeah, I know Greg had mentioned before that he uses, I think it's called Perfect Audience is another one.
Yeah, Perfect Audience is a good one. I mean, there's about 5 really good ones. I mean, another way to really hit everything at once is sitescout.com is another one I use. You can basically hit everything with SiteScout all at once. But I'll use Google for specifically Google stuff, even though these will do that as well. They'll do it all. See right here. Basically, they, over 500 ad exchanges and native ads, which are really big for scaling too. So let's get back to Facebook. I don't want to get too off topic here, but yeah. So as far as the events, they're powerful to do these specific events that happen on your page. And you could go the other way with using URLs, and you can combine different things, and then there's also another thing that's very powerful called dynamic retargeting, which is where, and usually I'll use an app to set that up. I don't know, how do you guys have anything that sets up dynamic retargeting with your platform yet?
I don't believe so, no. Not yet, at least.
They should tell him to get on that, to make it easy for them to do it, without having to do any of the tech stuff. But basically, dynamic retargeting is where it creates a product feed, so you can easily set up ads for whatever the person went around. If they went around your store to different pages, it'll specifically retarget them with the specific products that they looked at. See, so that way,
wow,
you're getting really relevant different ads shown just on what they did at your store. If they looked at 4 things and they didn't purchase, well, maybe to come back and really to get that purchase, maybe it's only one of those 4 things that's going to work. But if you're running all 4 retargeting ads they could be separate ads, or another cool thing is to have a carousel with just the products that they viewed on your store. I mean, how cool is that? The carousel ads work really well for scroll. People like to scroll through with the little arrow. And if it's the 4 products that they already were looking at, it really gets them back to those specific pages.
Hey, there's a question about what you're on right now. If you do an event, let's just say, so you wanted to use an event, and say if you want to do add to cart, you wanted to retarget the people add to cart. Are you able to choose a specific URL with that, so how to retarget? Say if you have a few campaigns running and you want to retarget people that are,
and you have to set that up. What you want to do, you can install a Chrome. You can install a Chrome extension called Pixel Helper.
Right.
And that's I believe it's from Facebook. And
that shows you what's firing. But if you're on this, if you're retargeting, just say a specific
Yeah, I know, but what I was going to say is that you can go. What I do is I grab the content ID. They
Oh,
have different content IDs. I don't know if it'll show because I'm not on a page with a pixel. Or sorry, wait, yeah, yeah, it's got you got to be on. But when you're on your page, when you click on it, it shows different, like a product category, a content ID, but it has a certain specific number. And what you do, you can do it. Like I would do. All right, I'll do add to cart, and then see this parameter.
mm-hmm.
I'll put. Well, you don't see it, I guess, because. But if you, this usually will show. If you have the pixel helper and content ID and it's a number that you'll add here, so it specifically knows what page of your website that you're defining. That's one
Okay.
way, or you can do it by custom combination where you do the URL of the page and then exclude the event purchase, right? So that's not buyers that went to this specific page.
I gotcha. Okay.
And I mean, it's definitely the best way is to definitely use the specific content IDs from the Pixel Helper, but that's a little more. I mean, it's not hard at all. It's basically just install that Pixel Helper, go to your page and click on it, and you'll see right here the pixel, and then you'll the different events, and you'll click on click on it, and you'll see the content ID number, and you just copy and paste that on that parameter after underneath the event.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know that. That definitely clears up some confusion as far as using the events.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little. I mean, it used to be a lot simpler when it was different pixels that you use for everything. With the global pixel, I think it. I mean, the global pixel. What was that, like a year ago? They brought that on or something.
Yeah.
Um, I think it made some things a little bit more confusing, but I mean, it works so well now. The pixel, it's like it's insane how, like, as long as you just get some initial sales, it's like starts finding the right audience for you. You don't have to do that much optimizing, and you really don't have to even do crazy targeting anymore either, especially if you stay in the same niche.
Right. Okay. So, sorry, I just took you off what you were doing for that, but I just wanted to make sure that was, because I know, a lot of people do run multiple campaigns, and I guess if you're just running one and you find a winner and you're concentrating on that one, you don't really have to worry about that as much. But
Yeah, but no matter what, you're always going to probably be running different campaigns. But like I said, I don't get into the audiences until I find a winner, and then I scale those up. But obviously you want to find a couple winners always going, so you definitely gotta once you set up those audiences, you got to make sure that you are not just not just using the purchase event or something without specifically setting it to that product, right?
right. So once you have your audience saved, and you have all your parameters set up and you're ready to go, what's your next step from here?
Oh, real quick though, let me I just wanted to finish talking about the other. Yeah, now this is newer. You can also create audiences off of engagement. So people that have watched parts of your video. This is one I've been using lately, where if they watched any amount of my video, I retarget them. Really, I mean, I do like a 10 seconds or a certain, you can do, see people who viewed at least 3 seconds of your video. I usually do, if people at least watch 10 seconds of my video, I'm retargeting them. But you can do by 25, 50, 75, 95% of your video. So basically, if they like engaged I'll retarget them, and that works really well too. You can basically people that have watched your video some, and that can just be a slide share video that you created in Facebook. So once they've viewed that video, you can then I'll retarget them with another format, like just a regular website click image ad. So you're hitting them with, like, multiple types of ads, as well as on multiple touch point, which is can be just desktop or mobile or on Instagram or
That's awesome.
But yeah, that's fairly new that you can retarget the engagement now.
Yeah.
Which is cool. You can do lead open or completed a form in your lead ads, Canvas, and then I guess this is newer of the new. Create a list of people who have interacted with your page, so your fan page. But the other thing, the other good one that I will create is the email list of buyers. I'll grab that and upload it. Once you have 100 or more buyers, that's when you want to create your buyers lookalike audience. Off of traffic, I mean, I'll just do a couple, as long as it's like 100 or more of whatever you're doing, whether it be traffic, buyers, add to carts. You can create lookalikes off all of those. And then, the buyers, like what I was saying earlier, is I can create, all right, I'll create a lookalike off the 100 purchase events, right? So those are the buyers, right? But then I'll take those same buyers, those same emails of those 100 buyers, and I'll upload it and create a different lookalike. It'll create a different lookalike audience off of it. Just basically every time you're creating a lookalike audience, it's just giving you the chance to basically get another 2.1 million people that are similar or as close to those same people, those people you used. So every to scale, every opportunity you get to create a different like lookalike, basically, that are more of those similar people. I'm sure they overlap, but you definitely are getting more people that way that aren't overlapping. Now, as far as what was your question, as far as once I create the audiences, I'll basically, so you have those audiences now, and they take, like, sometimes they take a little while to be ready to use. Like, they'll take a few hours or whatever to update. But then once they're ready, I'll go to Power Editor. Let me take a sip of water. So you create a new campaign. I'll just do like retarget, whatever, grandma campaign. I always go for conversions. Test, create. Obviously name, whatever you want to name relevant. I'm not very organized when it comes to naming processes, but I seem to do okay. So once you have the campaign created, now you go into the ad set. Can you see this on does everyone see this?
Yep, I see it.
Oh, I just was wondering in general. What is happening here? All right. So always, why is this on the top? Always edit your placements, and then this is where you're going to choose mobile or desktop only. I choose on retargeting. I usually just leave it like that at first, or pretty much on everything. I always start with that at first, and then I'll go down. I get rid of these. Retargeting, I'll do right column, but I'll do it by itself. Test it just by itself, and that'll be on desktop. So I'll just use feeds, and then here you're gonna do purchase. Set your budget, and then here it's weird because that's like this part is like lower on my setup. I don't know why that is, but anyways, where was that just at? Right here. This is where you're gonna see your lookalikes, and just click on it, and there you go. So you got that off grandma's emails. You got 2.1 million people. And if you wanted to, you could exclude people or narrow the audience with more targeting, but there's really no need to do that. Even if it's such a big audience now, but there's the people are so like your buyers or traffic that it just works. It works like better most of the time, which is crazy, but. Anyway, so just make sure you got your right lookalike, the country, age, leave that all wide open. And I personally like one-day click. I've been mostly just using one-day click.
Do you, Eric, do you keep that expanded interest checked or unchecked when you do the retargeting? I know, like, normally you kind of check that box when you're starting.
I always uncheck that box, but I don't think it matters when you're not doing regular targeting.
When you're just using a custom audience, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I don't think it does anything.
Okay.
But I always just uncheck it for good. I don't know why it says, like, it acts like it's going to get you more conversions. I don't know. All I know is I mean, there's so many people making such good money, and you don't have to be a Facebook pro. There's so much stuff you can learn on Facebook. It's crazy, you know. I wouldn't even consider myself a super hardcore Facebook pro, but you don't have to be, you know. You just need really the basics and take the action. And there's a lot more. There's manual bidding, and you can do different stuff and go after impressions and link clicks and whatnot, but you don't really need any of that, especially with retargeting. So this would be set. Then I would go to my ads, and this is where you can get creative, especially on retargeting ads. You can, like I said, you can do like the carousel with like the products, the dynamic products, or the dynamic retargeting with the same, and you can set up feeds for that, where it'll help you do it pretty easily. You can just, usually for retargeting, I'll start with page post engagements, which are over here, and I'll create a new post, and basically, do the writing here, and then add the photo, and then save as unpublished, and that's called a dark post. It doesn't show on your fan page, but you can still run it as an ad.
Okay, and that actually answers one question. Somebody asked if you're able to do a dark post with a 700 by 700, normally like a page post ad. Is that only in Power Editor that you can do that, or can you do that in Ads Manager also?
I believe you can do it in Ads Manager. Maybe not. I don't know. I just never use Ads Manager anymore. It's like there's no reason. There's nothing more complicated about Power Editor. It's like basically just it might seem a little bit complicated at first, but like as soon as you just immerse yourself into using it, like you'll get it. You know, you'll start getting it, and it's not hard. Um, but yeah, I mean, what's awesome about this too is like you can do like videos as well the with the text and link up here above it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But like I'm doing some crazy like the stuff that right now I did some crazy something that I knew like it's not even a retargeting ad. Like basically I'll use like these to see the engagement and get them going, and a lot of time you can use a dark post forever. Like I have one dark post that has like 100,000 likes on it. You know, I've been burning it forever. It's finally starting to like lose steam, so I'm gonna have. But I mean, it's more just the the picture burnout, you know. So I'll have to create a new one. But I mean, you can use them for a long time, and you'll get those. You'll see, you know, you'll see them here and there. Those ones that have just huge amount of likes because they've been running for months. But yesterday or the day before, I came on a winner, and what I did was I was using just a slide share of different pictures, but I knew this thing was a video thing because it's like, you know, it shows, it's just cool. So it's like if you can, you know, so I went on YouTube and I found a video that someone did, and it was actually a cool video because it was from the supplier. It was like showing it like as, you know, and then like it was like, you know, get a hold of us to buy, you know, these. So I basically copied the URL, and you can go to keepvid.com. That's KEEPVID.com. You paste in the URL, and you can download the video. And then I just open it up in Camtasia, which is a screen share program, and it's it's pretty easy to just edit. You know, so I edited what I want. I added some text, and then I came in here and I created a video ad. Now what's cool about, see right here you can do video ad. So I selected the video, and what's crazy, this is like, I don't know if they meant it to be like that, but on the video ads in Power Editor, the headline you can do like crazy long. So what I did was I wrote like a headline you would see on a basically a direct response like sales letter. I wrote like a yay without nay headline, like if you blah blah blah, if you want to, you know, if you're suffering with this and this, you get, you know, get relief with this product without having to without going to the doctor kind of thing. So I wrote like a full-on it's under the video, it's like this big 3-line headline. Then the text above, I just put I kept it very short, like get it here and here's the link. You can put the link above the video, just like a page post engagement, have a long headline, and then you also have the shop now or learn more button. So there's like, at the end of the video you have the link, at the bottom of the video you have a button, and at the top you have a link. And then in here, since I had the big headline right here, this is a clever trick too, is I'll get the star emoji, right? You go to an emoji site, you know, you just type in star emoji, and then I'll go copy that, and I'll copy it 5 times right here, and then in quotes I put like basically a review, like, oh, we love this, we got this for our son, blah blah blah, and then I'll put it in quotes. So it's like basically it's like as if you're seeing like a review on Amazon type thing.
Oh, that's awesome.
So the really cool thing is it's a cool video. You get all the links, and with videos, for whatever reason, you can do extra long headlines that don't truncate. So like you write like direct response headlines, and then that little review thing is cool to do too. Which is you just put 5-star emojis, and then in quotes you put like what would be a review of the product. And you can obviously, if you feel like you don't want to fake a review, you can only use your real reviews that, you know, you got permission to use or whatever. And that's another thing too. If you set up your emails to get reviews from your customers, which you definitely should, and give them discounts to get like a picture or a video review. Ask them if it's all right to use them in your ads, and the ones you can go back. And this is another great way to retarget, is retarget with multiple images, right? A carousel ad, and in each one is a review, whether it's a video or a photo of just the person, and then the review underneath it in the text. So now you have like a review carousel that's retargeting, telling people, or they have the shirt on, and it's basically saying like, yeah, I love my whatever it is, So that's a really powerful technique, is to do retargeting ads that are with testimonials. Is what I'm talking about.
That's awesome stuff, man. Yeah, what a really great idea to use a carousel ad with just reviews. That's cool. I'm just looking at some questions while we're moving along here.
Yeah, actually, I mean, pretty much. Let's get to the questions part, because I'm out of content for the.
No, that's good. No, I mean, it's exactly what people wanted. It's exactly a lot of the questions were answered, even questions that I definitely had, and I know I got to probably immerse myself more in a little bit of Power Editor too, because it definitely seems a lot easier than it used to be, and I think that's why people kind of veered away from it. It was always so confusing, but I know they've made really good changes to it. So
you know what? I remember. I mean, I've been on and off Facebook for years. I mean, like I said, I mean, I've been doing marketing, internet marketing, for 10 years, and I wouldn't even say, I was teaching and I was in the launch cycle. Basically, I had a big email lists. I launched products, people promoted. I was a big affiliate for their launches. So you get in that cycle of, then that's what I was mostly. My traffic was recommended, traffic. So I wasn't really doing Facebook that much until I got out of that whole the teaching thing. About 5 years ago, I was just sick. I was just burned out on that whole. I was like, I want a business that I control everything, the traffic. I don't have to, I don't have to do favors for anybody. And that was my thing. I basically, I deleted a 150,000 person list, and I started getting in. At the time, I got into mobile affiliate marketing, and then I got into apps, and then I got into doing Amazon e-commerce, and then Shopify e-commerce the past year or so. And I gotta say, man, e-commerce in general is definitely the gold rush of our life, our lifetime, for sure. I mean, I've never seen anything like what e-commerce is, possible in the 10 years I've been doing marketing. It's crazy. But
yeah, so we have one question here from Howard. It says, and you might have answered this already, but just how does the Pixel handle a variety of niches or offers?
I mean, there's two ways you can go about it. You can, if you set up a business ad account, you can have multiple pixels. So each ad account has its own pixel, and it's a global pixel now, which means it's like you used to have to set up your pixel per niche, right? But now it's a global pixel, so it's just smarter. You basically, I mean, it definitely seems to me that it learns if it's in a particular one niche. It seems to learn, but as long as it's getting buyers, it finds buyers in general, and it gets smart. But you basically have to, if you're doing completely, if you're running whatever kind of general store, not niched out, and you're targeting all these different things, you definitely have to make sure that each you're setting those content IDs or those specific pages, and the pixel will
Mm-hmm.
basically learn, it's basically per ad set. If you think about it, really, I mean, it's weird, but it knows how to it gets smarter per ad set, I would say, in a way. You know what I mean by that?
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Because like I said before, like you'll run, you know, even the ad sets though, it's like you'll run 10 ad sets and they just won't all perform the same. Some of them you just have to kill. And you know, some will do good, and then there's a few that'll just kill it, you know.
Right.
So in each pocket, the pixel basically learns and gets smarter.
Cool. Robert was asking on retargeting, do you use the same dark post that you originally run that was successful?
No, I usually don't ever run the same page post. I use the page post to get most of the initial traffic, and if it's performing well, if the product's performing well, I'll go and get creative, and I'll use every kind of different ad I can. Right? I'll test carousels, videos, slide, you know, screen shares, messengers with, you know. A newer thing is you can not necessarily, you can target Messenger your own people with ads, your Messenger list, but to build that list now, what you need to do, you can actually have, and this is a technique now that you can use too, that's clever and works, is you have an ad, right? And then you can say, hey, 10% off today, just click to get your coupon code, and what it does is they click this, and you can set what the text is, pops up in their messenger. Hey, thanks for messaging for the code, and then here's the 10% off. Use it at you know. So basically, it's like they took an action. It's kind of like that, like steps of commitment. They'll take the action to copy and paste the code and then go and use it at your store. You know, it's kind of like the consistent commit, stay consistent if they're already starting to take steps here in the ad. And then also, if you get them to reply, they become a part of your messenger list, which I'm starting to build like crazy now, because it's going to be the new email. You get with Messenger, you can send with ManyChat. You can send out. It's basically like you can send out autoresponder or broadcast to Messenger list, which is like most people these days have Messenger and will open it. So it's like 98% like open rates and like 25% click-throughs if it's something relevant to what you got them on that Messenger list. That's pretty crazy too.
Yeah, we're gonna have to spend some time going over that future date.
I think I got a little off topic. Let me go back to that topic. On the retargeting specifically, though, because I was just talking about kind of scaling and doing different ads. On the retargeting, I'll never use the same page post engagement ad. I'll go and for retargeting, you mostly want to use these ad with an image or video that's just a straight click through, because they've already seen it, they've already probably, they've engaged already, so now you just want them to click and come back. And that's what, I'll usually use image ads, just the same product in an image, and say like, hey, just a friendly reminder, I always write a lot of my ads kind of social, like, because it's a lot of the ads, that social style, it's a social platform, so you just talk to them like a friend, like, hey, just a friendly reminder, I saw that you were interested in this, but you left, or you added to cart. You can be specific too, but you don't really need to be. You can just be like, hey, come back. We're before the sale runs out or whatever. And yeah, so I'll usually use an image ad right here for the retargeting ads.
Cool. A couple people are asking for, I don't remember exactly, the video download tool.
It's T-REXecom. Can I write in here, I guess?
You can go right in the chat if you want. I think you can, I believe.
Yeah, let me check. I don't know. Yeah. Keepbid.com. So all you got to do is on a video, like on YouTube, I think you just right-click for the URL, or you can just get it from the top of the page you're on. and then you come here, paste it in here, and download. And then you just take that video into an editing program. You don't want to, most of the time, it's going to have like, and again, like a lot of this stuff I teach, it's all up to your own level of what you feel okay doing, you know. I won't like take certain types of videos, but if it's like that particular video was from a supplier or whatever. But also, like, there'll usually be a lot of like text or things you need to edit, so that's why you want to take that video and get it into Camtasia or whatever particular editing program you're familiar with or want to use. But also, I'll do those like in the beginning, and then usually if a product is doing well, I'll order it and do my own unique videos as well.
Cool. Couple more questions here. Does it make sense to include multiple custom audiences like engagement plus the engagement lookalike, or would you run 2 separate ads?
Sorry, I totally blanked. Restate that. Yeah. Sorry.
Does it make sense to include multiple custom audiences, like, you know how you can do one with engagement and then maybe one with an engagement plus lookalike audience, or would you run 2 separate ads?
I mean, as far as custom audiences, I don't do anything but create a bunch of different ones off of the different like events, off the traffic, the buyers, the add to carts. I'll create different audiences, and then each one I'll just come in here and just use that one audience, because you got 2 million, you know, that's a big audience, and you get, the bigger you go, I mean, the more niche you go, the higher your CPM. So when you're using your own custom audiences, your lookalikes, it's cheaper, and for whatever reason it seems to work better. Probably both a combination of it. It's the same types of people, but you're not using targeting at all, and you're going after a bigger number audience, which both will help your CPM costs, therefore getting you way cheaper clicks. But it's the same type of people, so you're getting good CTR still, you know.
Right. Do you ever target the audience network that they give you the option to?
No, and that's what I was saying last time I was on here, is
right.
Definitely do not miss, when you're choosing, do not leave this alone. Always, Instagram works, but I test it like separately after I have a winner. But this will burn up, it'll favor this and burn you up with cheap app traffic. This is in-app, so you are getting mobile traffic, and it's way cheap. Like, you'll be seeing these crazy, like, penny, you know, whatever clicks, but it does not. I mean, I'm not gonna, you know, I'm sure it can work, but I just stay away from it. There's no need. It doesn't convert for all the times I've accidentally tested it. It burned up my budgets and did not convert at all. So I mean, if you want to test this separately on little budgets, by all means, you should always test. Not, you know, you can't hold anybody's word on anything. You never know until you really test. And I'm sure, I mean, I used to kill it in this traffic when I was doing mobile affiliate marketing a couple years back. I mean, but the only way that worked was specific mobile offers. In, like, you know, I was at a CPA network that only was mobile, these mobile offers, and also with hardcore tracking. You need a special mobile tracker. And I mean, I was killing it back then. I don't know what's going on. My friend, basically, I just taught what I'm doing I taught him mobile affiliate marketing. He was telling me that it's just super tough now. So I just actually taught him e-commerce, and he's already, just in a few weeks, he's doing really well. So he's totally stoked. and he's basically made the switch. I was surprised he was still doing some mobile affiliate marketing with, and you go to, it's not using Facebook. You go to places that you can get the specific app traffic and mobile traffic in general.
Awesome. Let me think. I think that was.
Personally, yeah, I totally stay away from that, and this will all be checked. If you don't like specifically go in here and uncheck these, and I still haven't even tested instant articles. This just came out a few months ago. I think maybe not even that long, but I know. But it's cool. Like, but you gotta format the ad differently because it messes up the regular ads. So you have to specifically format the image for the instant articles. And I'm sure this actually probably works because it's like native advertising, basically. It's like when they read those articles, it's just in between, specific types of articles.
Mm-hmm. And there was one more question, and we'll get into that maybe next week or sometime, Eric. One question about building the messenger list. So from GB, he wanted to know a little bit more about that. So just stay tuned on that, and I'll let Eric probably get prepared for that because I know he's just, like he said, he's just starting to build a pretty big list, and we can probably go through that soon. So with that being said, man, I just want to say thank you for taking some time out of your day again. It was awesome information. I learned a lot. I know everyone here learned a lot, and especially just the importance of retargeting and just the many ways you can do it. So get to people, use those tools, use what Eric is teaching and really put it into practice.
And yeah, more like I said, retargeting is just so important. Even if you're not even, profitable on a product, but you're making some sales, then you can, that's the thing. A lot of the time, it doesn't necessarily need to be a winner to where you need to retarget to get the sale. They need to see it a couple times, and if the retargeting cost per purchase is cheap enough, that's how you can make the specific product profitable, just through your retargeting.
Yeah, awesome, man. All right, everyone. Thanks again, Eric. I'll have this replay in the members area soon, so just give me a little bit of time on that. And if you have any other questions, hit me up in Facebook or Skype. All right, guys. Talk to you soon.
All right. Thank you.